Eyewitness accounts, those are just old Bible stories, right? J. Warner Wallace dives into this in his book Cold Case Christianity, where he sees the testimonies that were given back then and he proves the validity of them. There's three things he talks about that I really like. The first one being that the Jewish religious leaders during the time of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, they wanted to do everything they could to make sure that the tomb was guarded so that the disciples couldn't sneak in and grab Jesus' body and say, oh yeah, he rose from the dead. We see in Matthew where it talks about Jesus' death and resurrection. The second point being that there were over 500 people who saw Jesus after he rose from the dead. Paul talks about this in 1 Corinthians. Now the third point is that if the apostles were truly liars, would they really devote their whole lives to it, and would it turn them into these incredible evangelists? Now think about it. If there was a lie that you knew was a lie, would you really devote your whole life to it and even be killed for it? These are some things I want you to think about as you have conversations with people who might come to you and say, oh, the Bible is just a bunch of old stories, but be sure to ask them why they believe that and how they got to that conclusion.